Welcome to Bedford County Sports Talk Live. Hosted by David Thomas, Bill Anderson, Kenny Parker, and Jason Boyette. Brought to you by First Bank, Kincaid Service Company, and Piggly Wiggly. Let's get ready to talk some sports. Here are your hosts, David, Bill, Kenny, and Jason.
Here we are on Bedford County Sports Talk Live, Saturday morning. Going to talk a little sports, a little high school sports, some college, and mainly some NFL draft because it's here, guys.
This time next week,
next two shows,
our favorite 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks after this one are mine and Jason's favorite.
Draft junkies.
Well, do y'all like this better than the regular season?
As much.
No,
just about.
No,
just about.
I like to watch a game.
Oh, okay,
just about.
Pretty close, isn't it?
Y'all are pretty excited.
If you all knew how many mock draft simulators I've done, I hate to admit it.
Yeah,
because it's in the hundreds.
so exciting.
Let me ask you something. Are there sports gambling on the draft?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you participating in that, Bill? With
No,
the
I don't participate in any
Yeah,
of the gambling.
No, I know, but you like to
Now, I keep up with what the lines and odds and probabilities are
Right.
from my good friend S. Todd Bobo.
yes,
But
There's people that do like to do that.
because he's good at math and
He
he's
is
probability.
good and probability
and,
and statistics.
and they say Vegas is very good about
Yeah.
getting who the first 10 are.
They really
They
are.
are really good.
Vegas is really good at everything.
They pretty much
Lights get brighter every year.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Well, guys, let's before we dive into some high school talk, let's hear from our sponsors today. We've got First Bank here on Madison Street in Shelbyville.
And First Bank, you got to really thank them. Any athletic event you go to,
I'll tell you.
First Bank,
They're behind all our schools.
And it just didn't start when I was coaching at Cascade. We had player of the week every week with a football and an award every game.
Yeah, good folks down there.
Mm-hmm.
And also we've got Piggly Wiggly. Last week after the show, I had to go get some fillets.
Oh yeah,
Best in town, man.
absolutely.
I'm telling you, old school grocery store that you get whatever.
Yeah, and they had that truckload sale going on.
The way I was
Had it
raised,
packed out in there.
that's the place to go.
Yep, for sure. And of course, then we got our one of our longest sponsors here, and that is
Kincaid
Service
Company.
where Service is their middle name. So before we dive into some scores, I know, Bill, you got some scores for us and some updates on high school. Let's hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Shop local at Shelbyville Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street. From farm fresh produce and hand-cut meats to pantry staples, dairy, frozen favorites, and household essentials, we've got your list covered at hometown prices. Don't miss our weekly ad and truckload meat sales. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Visit 874 Union Street, Shelbyville, or call 931-684-1363. Follow us on Facebook for the latest specials. Shop local. Save big at the Pig.
At Kincaid Service Company, we've proudly served Middle Tennessee since 1934. Families across the region trust us for quality furniture, appliances, electronics, and the kind of service only a hometown business can provide. From living room sets and dining collections to washers, dryers, refrigerators, and the latest in home entertainment, Kincaid has everything you need to make your house a home. And when it comes to a great night's sleep, our showroom features leading brands of mattresses, offering comfort and quality you can count on. We don't just sell products, we stand behind them. When you buy your appliances or electronics from Kincaid, our expert service team is here to keep them running for years to come. It's the kind of care that sets us apart. For value, selection, and service you can trust, visit Kincaid Service Company today, locally owned and community strong.
On game day, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
That's average 96 points a game.
All right. Welcome back in here to Bedford County Sports Talk Live. As you can say, we were having a lively chat while the commercial was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Bill, tell us a little bit about some scores in high school. I know you got some softball scores.
Let's do that softball. What about them? 6-4 victory over Coffee County. Congratulations.
That is.
Sure.
I had I worked the Chevrolet Tullahoma game the other night, and I'm gonna tell you, Chevrolet's catcher, I believe her name is Sydney Moore. She threw out 2 Coffee County girls going to second base that it was easy for an umpire to make the call.
Oh, is that right?
And then another one tried to tempt her to third base, and that was an easy call also. The little young lady she is a defensive player. Sydney Moore, I'm not sure what grade she's at. And then I had Cascade Monday night. They lost a tough one at Eagleville in the last inning. And they said they lost Sunday in the last inning to Oakland, and I had them on Wednesday, and they run ruled Chapel Hill. They're playing pretty good ball, but Chevrolet beating Coffee County
That's a big win.
is a big win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Community, I don't know if you've got their scores. They went to Summertown. Summertown undefeated in the district, and Community beat them 6-1. And then turn around and beat Eagleville 13-12 on Tuesday. Yeah. So sounds like to me pretty good softball being played.
Bill, won't you run down some of the
baseball?
All this stuff.
All right, baseball. Chevrolet Tullahoma right here. One was at home. Chevrolet boys won 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
And the next night they went over to Tullahoma, lost 11-5. I heard we stranded base runners like we should have scored 15 runs in
I
this
was
one.
listening to that game coming home from wherever it was that I was working that night, and Chevrolet did have several runners on base and couldn't get them in.
Couldn't get them home. And then the upset of the year, and the reason we're going to talk about this was Cookeville is so far it appeared to be the cream of the crop.
Right.
Coffee County beat them in a huge upset, 4-3.
At Coffee,
of course. Wonder how that worked. And then at Cookeville the next night, Cookeville beat Coffee 5-2.
that's still a close ball game.
Still, it was very close. Yeah. And that sets up, we'll get to it in a second, but Monday and Tuesday, Shelbyville's got Cookeville. And that was Cookeville's first loss. If Shelbyville could win both games, they would get a share, I believe. I know they would. A share of the district league. If they won both.
Yeah.
As it sits right now, we're 4-2, 8-20-5 because we went to this tournament over at Dixon. I don't know where West Creek is, y'all. What school that is?
Yeah, West Creek is a small school. It's not a small school. It's a new school around Spring Hill.
Okay. Shelbyville beat them yesterday 12-1. And in the nightcap game, Creekwood beat Shelbyville 2-1. So they split. And I know today they play Dixon County and another game. So you've got these 2 games. Then you've got the 2 games against Cookeville. And then Franklin County for 2 games. And then the season's over. And we go to we're at the very end here.
Yeah, we are.
So
Boy, it snuck up on us.
Baseball season's just
I'm
fun.
wrong. I think West Creek's in Clarksville.
I believe you're right. No, I think
West
that's right.
Creek's in Clarksville. Creekwood, the one that you just said, is the one that's just right outside of Spring Hill.
All right, Cascade boys, as we talked about, beat Coffee County 9-2. And I had Franklin County's beating Cascade 10-1, but y'all think Cascade beat Franklin County?
I'm pretty sure Cascade won that one.
But then their last game, Richland beat Cascade 7-5. They're 3-3 in the region, 14-7 overall. And the community boys had a tough week. They've lost to Summertown twice, and Eagleville beat them 9-2. But Monday, guess what it is? Battle of Bedford.
Battle of Bedford.
One more time.
B.O.B. The Battle of Bedford.
I guess they'll play Monday and Tuesday, and community trying to get their first district win of the year. But we knew that was going to be tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all, from what I understand, there's 3 or 4 boys playing for Central that were community boys, and one of them's one of our best pitchers. Came over from community.
Several of them contributing,
and they're helping.
Lori and Billy West. Sydney is a senior. Sydney Moore.
She is a senior. She did a good job.
So before we get off of high school for a second, have y'all looked close at this new rule Tennessee state legislature passed? The transfer.
Yeah.
I knew they was going to let it go, the one-time transfer.
One-time transfer, but the reading in the law says it cannot be for athletic purposes. It has to be for something else. No, that's a joke.
Of course it is.
Well, there's that rule. That rule's in effect right now anyway. And a lot of schools will do this. Just think in the county here, Cheville could have a cooking class. Cascade could have a sewing class. Community could have a barber's class, and anybody in the county could transfer to that school because they wanted to take cooking, sewing, or barbing.
Right, but that's not the real reason. It's all deception. It's all deception.
There's ways around transferring.
There's ways around it, and these coaches know it.
Listen, TSSAA is about sports. Okay. Then you come up, the law says we're going to figure out the TSSAA situation on transfers. We're going to make a law, but it's not about sports. Then why you even mention the TSSAA? It should be about just anybody in general transferring, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that what it's about? It's not about sports.
Well, I'm just glad it's a one-time deal. That's what college needs to go to too. That one-time thing needs to happen everywhere across the board.
And you don't have to have you don't even have to have a change of address. If a kid from Cheville wants to go play at Oakland, all they got to do is say, I want to take that class over there. And they don't have to have an address change.
Sure. They'll have now that if they did that, they'd have to pay out of county tuition. We have a lot of that. We have a lot of that here.
Yeah. Okay. So this
But if
one
it's an athlete,
time
that disappears.
All right. So here's my question,
It's
y'all.
paid for it, don't it?
Right.
Do we see any changes taking place specifically in football? Because this goes into effect for next school year. Are we going to see anything happen?
No.
Different.
No.
Just going to keep recruiting.
Yep.
Going to keep poaching athletes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Nothing's going. It's not going to be a change. Like Bill said, it'll eliminate the young man or young woman, lady, going to this school today, this school next week, this school in 2 years. You know, I talked to one last night. I was calling softball at Coffee County in their big tournament. And there was a lady that used to drive a bus for me. She's driving the bus for Baylor. I had Baylor. Her son was a freshman, and he's a heck of a good ball player. He was a freshman at Cascade. His sophomore and junior year, he went to somewhere around in Cleveland. I don't know if it's Cleveland or McMinn or something. This next year, he's going to Baylor. So in his 4 years, he's going to be at his third school, and he can play. He can play. So he's going to be in his third year. But
Baylor loves to recruit too, don't they?
Well, they all do.
Yeah, Baylor really does. Peyton is Baylor.
Yeah.
And the best running back in the country is
really.
Well, Baylor. The thing with
their private school,
with Baylor and McCauley both down in Chattanooga area, they don't just recruit, they board.
Yeah.
They board them.
It's a different set of rules.
But it's no different than it was when I was teaching at Cheville. We had probably arguably one of the best high school golf teams that you would have. We had Turnbow, we had Patrick Bell, we had Jeffrey Howard, and we had Brad McGee, I believe it was, runner up in the state. And the only team they lost to, and they lost in the state finals, was to a McCauley, and none of the students on that team that played for them resided in Tennessee before they went to high school.
Now here's another question for Al. Do you think hometown and homeschool pride still exists today in sports?
Not like
it used to, but a little bit some,
Yeah, not like it. And the reason for that is these cars, mobility, traveling. Hey, I'm traveling on this team. My kids playing on this team. We're not as good. We're going to go over here to play because they're a little better. We can be a little more competitive. I don't think it's like it used to be.
And I think all these AAU and travel teams kind of hurt that too.
I agree.
Yeah.
So some of them put that above high school.
Oh yeah.
And to us, high school means more.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's a hometown thing. It's a community thing. The pride's there, and it's sad to see that dwindle because that's part of the culture. It used to be here in the city. part of the culture was your sports teams. I
Absolutely.
mean, every sign you would see at every business had
Sure.
"Go Eagleettes" or "Go Eagles," and
Uh,
they put the scores up, and everybody would know who all
Now-
the players. And
In some places,
it's like that.
it's still like
know.
that. Some of the smaller,
smaller, yeah. I
smaller
agree.
rural,
Yeah,
it's still like it.
Cheatham County, Sequatchie County.
Trousdale County.
Yeah, some of those.
Some of those small
So-
counties.
Is if this just keeps going the path that it's going, is it going to reach to those schools, and or they'll always be there?
It eventually will a little bit, but they do it also. They do it also. There's reasons that if there's 3 teams in this county, that one of them's always good and the other 2 aren't,
Yeah,
because of the ones that were, like you just said, Shovel's got 2 of the 3 of their baseball players that played at the other school here in the county that's now playing. They do it everywhere.
Look at community softball.
Mhm.
Bunch of
Community
them girls.
softball. Community softball's no
Eagle,
different.
Forest. I mean, there's some girls from other places.
They're crossing over.
And
because they know they've got a program.
now
Right.
they do, but in the past,
Right.
they were good girls that were at Eagleville, that went to Chapel Hill to play. Two of them went on to play collegiate ball. So it's always happened.
Mhm.
It's always been there. It's always
And I think you'll start seeing the Eaglettes roster start.
yeah. I
Oh,
think-
yeah, I think
I
so.
think,
Now,
with
too.
Chad coming back.
Chad coming back. He knows what he's going to do. Mention Webb real quick. They swept Columbia Academy. So Webb had a good week, 8-2 and 7-4. They're 8-2 in their region, and Webb is 15-8 overall. So Scott doing a really good job out there.
Yeah,
Webb.
it does do a good job.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they said Webb's got a big, tall kid.
Yeah.
Goes in the 90s.
that don't hurt things, does it?
No, it helps.
You always got a chance.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Before we dive into some college, let's take another break here from our sponsors. We'll be right back after we hear from First Bank and Piggly Wiggly.
And Kincaid.
Service.
Company.
We'll be right back.
Shop local at Shelbyville Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street. From farm fresh produce and hand-cut meats to pantry staples, dairy, frozen favorites, and household essentials, we've got your list covered at hometown prices. Don't miss our weekly ad and truckload meat sales. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Visit 874 Union Street, Shelbyville, or call 931-684-1363. Follow us on Facebook for the latest specials. Shop local. Save big at the Pig.
At Kincaid Service Company, we've proudly served Middle Tennessee since 1934. Families across the region trust us for quality furniture, appliances, electronics, and the kind of service only a hometown business can provide. From living room sets and dining collections to washers, dryers, refrigerators, and the latest in home entertainment, Kincaid is everything you need to make your house a home. And when it comes to a great night's sleep, our showroom features leading brands of mattresses, offering comfort and quality you can count on. We don't just sell products, we stand behind them. When you buy your appliances or electronics from Kincaid, our expert service team is here to keep them running for years to come. It's the kind of care that sets us apart. For value, selection, and service you can trust, visit Kincaid Service Company today, locally owned and community strong.
On game day, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
All righty. Welcome back in here to Bedford County Sports Talk. We were talking about the characteristics of Green Bay, Wisconsin while we were on break.
Yeah.
Foods and drinks. that they have
Spaghetti
there.
in the chili.
Spaghetti noodles.
My mama
in
used to
their
do
chili.
that, and we still do that. We
Really?
put it at the
My
bottom.
mama
and
throw a
put-
little bit of noodles in there too.
With
Yeah.
spaghetti, it's
Yeah.
pretty tasty too.
What you do is you put your noodles on the bottom, about that deep in the bowl. Throw some cheddar cheese on that, and then pour your chili on top of it.
Well, I guess I'm Fritos where they're
Fritos.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fredo.
All right, well, let's get off this. Let's talk
All right, here
about
we
some
go.
Rick
Let's go.
Barnes.
Yeah.
How about Rick Barnes, guys? He knows how to work this portal, doesn't he?
He needs to be
Well, I
teaching.
wouldn't worry last week when you were saying the balls don't have.
He needs to
Just
be
wait.
teaching the lady balls.
And some
How
of
to
these
do
boys
that.
that left that came back wanted to come back. Masamba and Berg aren't coming back because they had their
Yeah,
chance, and when they left, they're gone.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're not coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Once
they're
they
getting-
walk out the
they're
door,
getting
they're
replaced.
gone, huh?
Yeah.
well, big
Upgrades.
Yeah.
First of all, just high school kid, the number one player in the state of Tennessee is Chris Washington Jr. from PCA, 6'9" kid, great athlete, 4-star recruit, an Alabama decommit, commits to Tennessee. So there's a freshman
Providence
coming.
Christian out of Murfreesboro. Wonder how he got there.
Yeah, I wonder
There
as
we
well.
go.
The huge
We
transfer
talked about it
portal
already.
guy, Jalen Harrelson, 6'7" out of Notre Dame. This guy's a slasher, a driver, a finisher. This is a Barnes type player. He's probably not a great shooter by any stretch, but he's that guy we hadn't had in a long time that can drive, dunk.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have an experienced guy like that than a guy
Experience.
coming
He's a
out.
freshman.
Yeah, but he's played some
And he
ball.
may be here several years.
He's played a lot of ball this
Yeah.
year, though. Yeah.
You got Day Ames coming in 6'1" shooting guard, 4-star, averages 17 points a game. Great shooter. He can drive and create. He's been at Kansas State, Virginia, California, and now Tennessee. It's his fourth school in 4 years.
Now think about what this is going to do to your program when you said earlier you just want them to transfer one time.
I know.
But you got to play by the rules.
You got to play
set
by the
forward
rules
right
you got
now.
right now, and that's exactly what he knows how to do.
Miles Rubin, 6'10", 200 pounds out of Chicago, Loyola, rim protector. He's a Pars
I was going to say, he's kind of
shot blocker, led the nation in blocks per game, and he can dunk it and take
block
the alley.
shots and roll to the basket.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Tyler Lundblade, we mentioned before, the 6'5" kid from Belmont, 42%, one of the best three-point shooters in the country, 95% free throw shooter on campus and expected to commit today. Terrence Hill, VCU, 6'3" shooting guard, 46% field goal, 84% free throw.
Wow.
This will be the best
There's a
shooting
team-
team
there's a
Rick
team
Barnes has
here.
had here.
Can I ask you a
Shooting and hitting
question?
free throws.
Yeah.
which
I
we
asked
didn't
you
do
a
well last
question.
year.
You got good research. What do you think that cost them?
Millions and millions. The word is the last player here is Juke Harris. He is 22 points a game out of Wake Forest, 6'7", 200. He's a great shooter, great athlete, 86% free throw shooter. It's going to be Tennessee or UNC, North Carolina. I think Michigan's out of it. If Tennessee gets this kid, do you realize that these 6 kids average per game 96 points a game between the 6 of them?
Yeah, it's going to be the best scoring team we've had.
42% field goal and 70.
We're not even counting Nate Ament.
No, it looks like he may be coming back.
If he comes
And
back, yeah.
You're not done. You still got room to add some more players.
So last week we were ready to roll out a casket,
Uh-huh.
and now
wasn't
we're
ready.
talking.
I was
you
sitting there like,
waiting.
just
It'll be all right.
It'll be
Yeah,
all right.
it'll be all
and
right.
you've got a lot of SEC teams. Vanderbilt just signed their first 2. They got the big center Turkish kid from Nebraska, and they got a guard out of Washington State named Ace Glass. But up to yesterday, they didn't have
It's
any.
cool name in it, Ace Glass. That's a great basketball name.
Missouri's doing well in the portal. Texas A&M. I saw what's his name? Maury Evans went to Texas.
Yeah, I saw
He'll
that.
ride the bench there too.
Yeah,
He's not going
he's
to play.
just not very good. Yeah,
I mean, he's just not going to play.
So
he's
basically,
good, but he's not good enough.
right. Yeah.
He's not
SEC
that-
kind
yeah.
of good.
so basically, we got us a good pickup team here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna be
You'll have to wear name tags. You have to wear
I know.
name tags
Hey,
the first few weeks.
And they're not volunteers because they're cashing in.
That's
That's
right.
right. They guarantee they're not volunteers.
Budget's estimated
Green
to be
trumps
15
everything
to
else.
$20
Yeah,
million.
that's right.
$15 to $20 million. Now let me ask y'all something. They all got agents, obviously.
Sure.
Okay, working these deals.
That do that in high school now.
1 year
Well,
rentals.
1 year rentals. Okay,
1 year
so it's
rentals.
1 year only, probably. So do they actually have real contracts?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't know how that works.
But I do think that you've got a rule coming here pretty soon about the
Yeah.
one time in college.
I think that's
by
going to
next
happen.
year.
And I think there's going to be a rule about the contract too.
Yep, I do too. I think that's coming.
They
quick.
got to do something.
They have
guys.
to.
You got to.
Going
Gotta
from
do
that,
something.
and,
But as of right now, you play by the rules. You
Yep.
play by what they got, and then when they make these new rules,
Yep.
you learn how to change the game and play by them.
That's exactly right.
I don't like it.
I didn't say we'll have to like it. Hey, you like it when they start winning.
I don't know.
But
Yeah,
now
but-
here's my question. We're talking about all we got here, and which is quite a bit. What will be a successful season?
Final Four.
Yeah, that's
That's
that
the goal.
expectation
Anything
is
less than the Final Four?
it's not a good year.
Well, they're telling you, supposedly the bar, that's what Harrelson from Notre Dame, he came in, he said, I expect to, so he was telling the kid what he expected out of him. And apparently Barnes doesn't sugarcoat it. He said he was pushing him and he said, you're here to win a national championship. What I brought you here to do. We're going to win one.
Yeah.
And I think they're going all in to try to win one.
If Ament comes back, they have a chance.
Even if he doesn't, I think they may have a chance if you get the Juke Harris kid. This
But-
team on paper is already better than a team that just made the Elite Eight.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
now on
that's-
paper, they're already better.
if you're in a major program in a college sporting environment, and your goal is not to win a national championship, you need to do something else. If you're a coach,
Right.
I mean, if you're not shooting for a national championship, I mean, you say okay, and you can look back and say we had a successful year, but you don't set out to say we're gonna go 30-6,
Right.
and we're gonna make the final 8 and be happy.
You set the high goals.
The high goal. When Rick Ansell came in and talked to the girls the first time in 1977, 78, he told them that we're going to a state tournament this year and we're going to win it. I mean, and they were like 2 and something the year before, and they looked at him like he's crazy. They went from 3-on-3, 3-3, 6-on-6 to full court, and that's what he told them, and that's what they started believing.
Right.
And if you're going to shoot to if you're a high school coach, you're not going to try to win a state championship. You got to strive for what you know is improbable.
We're going to get to it in a minute when we go to talking about the NFL, and I'll tell you how what the NFL is doing with that very thing right now. Their goals right now are not to win the Super Bowl. Their goal is to win their conference, their division, because if they win their division, now they get to play home games, and home games is major things. Now, you don't have home games when it comes to NCAA basketball tournament because you're going other places to play, but that's the difference. And I think the college football playoff is almost going back to that, where they're going to let the higher seeded team up until
probably the Final Four,
when they get to about 4 teams left, where they start going, and they're going to get back to playing home site games.
And championship
as a
games
fan, Final Four is where I want. We've never been.
Right.
I want to go one time. It's amazing that, I mean, Tennessee's a good basketball program, but we've never been to the Final Four. It is kind of strange that we've never made that. It's time to do it.
In school history, only made the Elite 8 4 times, and Barnes has done it 3 of the 4 3 years in a row.
Yeah. It's time to do it.
And like I said, next year he will break Ray Mears' all-time win record.
He's only, what, 20 or 21?
21 wins away from it.
Yeah. Let's shift right on into some pro football.
Let's do it.
Did you see what the Texans did? They paid Will Anderson an insane 3-year, $150 million contract.
But there's more to that.
That's an insane amount of money. It's the most ever for a non-quarterback.
But no, Bill, I agree with what you're saying, but here's what it is. It locks him up for 5 years, because this year he's on his 4th year of his rookie. Then the following year, they're going to sign him with the that 5th year package. And then this 3 years won't start until after that's over with. So basically, we're saying 3 years for 150, where they're getting 5 years for like 173. That's what
still the most money ever for a non-quarterback.
That's still a lot of money. But the biggest thing with this 150, the 150 is big, but 134 of that is guaranteed money.
Right. Guaranteed.
134 of that is guaranteed money.
So you tear your knee up, you're done for your career. Something happens to you, you got guaranteed contract. All right, the other NFL news before we get to the draft. Anybody see where Zay Flowers, the Ravens, was dogging out his coach, John Harbaugh, was there. And he said the rough practices, always practicing in pads, led to many of our injuries. Our new coach says we're not going to practice that way anymore.
They ain't going to win.
They're not going to win then.
Hey, it goes to show back in the records. You go back and look at you practice like you play.
Exactly.
You practice like you play. You don't get used to your bruises and all that, and your body you're not going to play that way. And look at the record of the teams that'll play their starters more in the preseason than the ones that set them back because they're scared to get hurt. And
Andy Reid's not.
You can't play scared to get hurt.
He's been in the news a whole lot lately. But Vrabel said there's 100% chance in the NFL that you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can't go running scared from it.
Nope.
And you'll watch the Ravens. That's going to take away their physicality.
Absolutely.
Derrick Henry, without a line blocking for him, and being physical
It's
like
useless.
that, it's going to be useless.
All right, the other news this week was the Jets canceled their top 30 visit with expected pick number 2, David Bailey. Apparently, the Jets owner went in and basically told the coach organization, "You're going to take Arvell Reese." That's
No
nice.
matter what research you've done, you're taking Reese.
That's who I want you to take.
Yeah.
Well, we mess up with Miss Haney.
Draft
It's better
day.
than this guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Reese, no matter what.
Reese, no matter what. Which leads us to the draft. It's Thursday night.
Woo!
All right. Here is my mock draft.
That's what you got.
Yeah. All right. Raiders are going to take Mendoza.
I agree.
The Jets will take Arvell Reese.
Yep.
And then your first trade's coming. Somebody is trading up for David Bailey with the Cardinals. Is it the Chiefs? Is it the Cowboys? It's somebody. I think it's going to be Dallas.
I think it could be Dallas too.
So there's your trade right there, which leaves the Titans looking at them trying to trade down. The two players they're looking at right here with what came off the board is Jeremiah Love, the running back, and Sonny Styles, the linebacker. Now, the problem
I've been
Styles
beating the
and
Jeremiah Love for 2 months now. I'm sticking with
Well, the problem with both these guys is one of them plays linebacker, one of them plays, and I say linebacker, I'm saying inside middle linebacker is what they're saying Styles is. You can't take that at 4.
Styles is great, but listen, he's jacking up because of his combine.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
I would much rather have a David Bailey or
And
somebody
some of
over
his
Sonny
game plan.
Styles.
Here's
Yeah.
the next gen stats. In the last 24 years, guess who the highest rated running back is according to next gen stats?
I know who
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Love.
Love.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He's that good. You got to take that guy.
He's possibly a generational type. Christian McCaffrey, definitely Gibbs. He's that type
Yeah,
of player.
he's a Gibbs, Genty. He's at least that. He's
And
that
I
kinda
believe the
good.
guy that had the Beck-Sniston chest before him was LaDainian Tomlinson. I believe that. So you got a chance to have a special player. That's
Here's
who I
the
think they're
thing.
going to take.
Here's the thing. What if someone trades up to 3 and takes Love? Then what do the
I
Titans
think
do?
that's what.
Then we take
That's the
David
thing.
Bailey. Or we trade down and pick with someone else wanting Bailey. Then we would move down.
Get 2 first-round picks or a high
Possibly.
second and a bottom.
The problem with
one.
this draft doing this is if you took Dallas's 12 and 20, supposedly, according to most experts, there's only 8 to 10 guaranteed first. You don't want to get out of that top 10 and miss that elite player. So when you drop to 12 and 20, it's like having 2 second-round picks because this draft class is weak.
It's not the depth.
Right.
And they're saying next year's is the depth, but you know what they said last year?
Same
This
thing.
year's
No, next year's draft is the best
But
draft.
next
It
year
is
should
the
be,
best
yeah, it
draft.
should be.
There's a-
And this is a good draft. It's a deep draft. It's just there's not that top echelon guys not there. Like supposedly Bailey and Reese would be in the top 15 in next year's draft, not in the top 5.
Next year's quarterbacks are amazing too, and all those guys are going to be going at the top. So
It's kind of interesting. It's off topic a little bit, but the kid at Ole Miss that went back to school,
Yeah.
he should have gone pro. He'd have been a
Yeah.
first round pick.
because now he's going to get grouped in there with Arch Manning and all those guys.
And that's kind of what I would have done. But anyway,
You
then
can
I've
put
got
it down. Arch Manning's going to be number 1 next year.
You
I
think
don't-
so?
I have 100%. Arch Manning will be the number 1 pick. You can mark it.
Write that
next
down.
year.
Write that down.
Arch
I like
Manning.
that.
You don't have to write that down.
You don't have to write that
it's
down.
all
It's just
right.
gonna
Write
happen.
it down. You
That's
think
it.
so?
The genetics are too strong.
It's
He's
in
going.
stone.
all right.
Daddy was good. Uncle's good. Other uncle's good.
He needs to play a little better than he did too.
Granddaddy
and when
wasn't
I
bad.
say that,
That's right. Yeah.
the coach needs to play to his strength. Arch Manning is a runner.
Yeah, he is.
He's not a
He's
Peyton
not.
Manning.
He's not Peyton,
pocket
and
guy.
he's not.
He's more like his
He's not
granddaddy.
Eli. Yeah, he's Archie.
He's Archie, not the.
My question is, if Arch Manning could be in this draft, would he go before Fernando Manning?
Absolutely.
I don't think he would.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't think he would.
Mhm.
I think he'd be the second quarterback pick in the top 10.
Well, ain't no doubt he'd be number 2. The Jets be taking
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At number 5, I've got Sonny Styles going to the Giants. Carnell Tate, 6 to the Browns. Caleb Downs to the Redskins. The Saints take Reuben Bain. And then the Chiefs take the Miami tackle. Bengals take the corner out of LSU. And then the Dolphins would take Mykyle Lemon.
Here's
You
the NFL mock draft database. Took
What-
all of them and threw them together. Mendoza, Reese, Bailey, Love at 4. That's us.
Yeah.
Styles, the Miami tackle, Carnell Tate.
I had heard that the linebacker from the one that you just said is going to go 5th is Titans' new coach. What's his name? Saleh. That's his kind of linebacker.
Yeah.
That's what he's had because he wants his middle linebacker not only to be that, but to be able to take away the passing game, and that is his kind of linebacker that he's always coached. And when he's had those, his defenses has been very good.
Here's
whether
where we're
that
at,
happens or not, that is awful high.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: we say it's awful high to be at that pick, but if you pick somebody, I'm just bringing this up. If you drafted somebody and you got a 4-time All-Pro position player, would that have been success?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They think that's what that young man can be in
Well, at some
his
point,
defense.
At some point, you've got what you're assuming you want is to be a franchise quarterback. And this offseason, what have we done to help this kid? That's why this draft, I'm thinking we go get him a receiver.
Gotta get him.
And even Love with his receiving makes it that helps and takes pressure off.
When you can hand it off to the guy behind you, that's helping your quarterback.
He's a special player that can catch as well as anybody. I mean, his coach was saying that he could play NFL receiver.
I'm going to tell you something else that's going to really affect this draft. You brought it up earlier. Will Anderson's 3 years, $150 million, and they're going to try to get what they can get on rookie contracts.
Yep.
They're going to try to get what they can get on rookie contracts.
Edge rushers in particular. But the two good edge rushers are gone in this scenario. We pretty much know they're going to go 2 and 3. That's your two best prospects.
The draft starts at pick 3.
Yeah,
first two picks.
Probably the
Cardinals
go
get your snacks, get your drinks.
You know who they're going to be. And
you know who one's going to be. You don't know who two's going to be because you don't know what the Jets owner's going to do.
But the Jets owner done put his foot down.
Taking over.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to do what they're doing, getting everybody talk about
number 3 instead of
this. The problem is the owner has a track record of being terrible. He did the same thing to Saleh. He made him fire his coaches. He's done the same thing with this guy. And he is worst owner.
Meddles in the business like Jerry Jones.
That's why the Jets are terrible. Is Woody Johnson. I mean, that's the reason you're bad and will stay bad as long as you're on the team.
Let's talk about Jeremiah Love just a second. I won't throw this out to you guys.
I think he's great. I think he's great.
Who, Jeremiah Love?
Yes,
sir.
I
do too. I best running backs come through in a long time. All right, so we draft him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's in the backfield with him? Is Pollard gone automatically?
Nobody.
Spears is gone.
Pollard's probably gone.
Yeah, he's got to go. All right, so he's got to go. So you see Chestnut and Spears left with him, the 3 running backs,
and you got Michael Carter.
But here's
so
you can't look at what you got right now, because once this draft happens, you're going to see major changes in the free agency stuff after the draft. They're holding back till after the draft. They see what they got, because once you start drafting these people, you're going to cut some people, and those people that you cut, you're going to be able to get without having to. If they go get somebody now, it's costing them compensatory draft picks. But after the draft, you can go get them, and it won't cost you that.
All right, the question is, let's just all agree we take Love. Let's agree that's the pick. Right. So at 35, you've got a major need. You need a guard. You could use a receiver, but edge rushers right back here, because we didn't get an edge rusher. What's more important there, the edge rusher or the guard? Because I think the Titans are going to have the receiver on the back end.
I think the guard's more important right now. But they did pick up a couple little pass rushers. It may not be great, but they picked some up.
So what you're looking at, there's 3 guards that could go in the second round. You got the kid from Texas A&M, the kid from Oregon, Pregnon, and Keelan Rutledge, a former MTSU player at Georgia Tech. Edge rusher-wise, Malachi Lawrence that I love. I think T.J. Parker,
the Central Florida guy.
Yep, that's the guy I like. I think he can ball. So the question is, what's more important at that? Now, if you get lucky, maybe one of these guys slips to you in the next round.
They ain't going to fall that far.
Here's what I may try to do is trade down at 35. That's where you make your trade down, or you might come back in the second round and get out of here with one at each position. That's what I would like to see them try to do. But the problem on these simulators, man, when you start really doing them and you know all these players and you get to that 4th round, it's amazing. I know that's a computer-generated deal. Players are gone by the 4th round.
There's just not as many players as
there's not as many in previous years when I've done this. It's not as many players.
We said it last week. You don't win the draft in rounds 1, 2, and 3.
Nope.
But you can lose the draft in 1, 2, or 3 if you don't get a.
I don't.
Now we got Amy Clark-Larney. Harris baseball won last night at Franklin
Good.
County, making them 5-1 in their conference and 11-3 overall. Last home game was Monday night at SCHS. Last home game.
They're having an amazing season.
Great. All right. Well,
What a turnaround.
Yeah, what a turnaround. But I disagree with the fact that you can lose the draft on day 1 and day 2, but you can really build your team
That's where you build
in
it.
Saturday. You make
Saturday's a
your team
big
in
day.
Saturday.
I agree with that.
Well, I agree with
Because-
Jason. The Titans have sure showed we can blow it in round
You can
1.
blow
And that's what I was going to say. When you look at your predominantly successful teams in the NFL, they're drafting 20th or worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
20th or worse. They're not one of the top 15, 20 draft picks every year. And you say they're doing their homework and they're winning in late rounds 3 through 5,
Right.
3 through 7. So that is where you're. And I was listening to a lot of radio yesterday because, like I said, I had to go to Cookville. Your head coach and your GM, we talk about all the time. But your head coach has got to get to the people that do his scouting and let them know that this is what he's looking for at this position, and they say Solace is one of the best with that because he's got pages of notes that saying, this is what I want in a nose tackle. This is what I want in an outside linebacker. This is what I want in an inside linebacker. This is what I'm looking for. And the scouts, as they go trying to find the people that fit his needs, and they get. That's when they pick.
He's got his own trapper keeper, Bill, like you do.
Well, the way he coaches, my understanding on defense, everything's in waves. Meaning, if I do expend a huge pick on that edge rusher, he's not going to be on the field all 3 downs.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Again, goes back to Love. Love is an all 3 down player, and at some point,
He's
in
just
time,
a safe pick, too.
He's
not going to mess. He's going to be
it's
good.
a business.
Right.
You need to sell tickets. The Titans need a star.
He's
There
exciting.
needs to be some excitement, and you need to back up your quarterback.
Cam Moore and
help
Love's
Cam
exciting.
Moore.
I'm
That's
excited
a
about
nice
that.
duo
Yeah.
going forward the next 5 to 10 years.
I agree.
Well, the next 4 years, if they're that good, then years 5 and 6 or 4 and 5, you're gonna have to start paying them, and you're gonna have to start paying them. So, again,
Got your 2 stars. That's the 2 you pay, though.
with
You got a new stadium coming up next year. You
Yes.
need something exciting.
Right.
Jeremiah
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
is your
yeah.
logical pick.
He's your
It
logical.
is.
He's going
Logical
to
pick.
sell jerseys. He's going
and
to
I'll
be
tell you another thing you got to
Yeah.
do this year.
he's going to replace where Derrick Henry left off.
Yeah.
This $50 million contract for Anderson. There's a boy. Where's number 98? I think he's number 98 for the Titans. Simmons got a contract coming up too, and it's going to start in the 4s. He's going to be 40 million or better a year, and if they don't sign him, this could very well be his
Now,
last
it's
year.
it's hard to give him that kind of money when you're 29 versus 25 too. There's a
Yeah.
difference there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The age is creeping up on
Yeah.
one end where Anderson's still 24,
The
25.
sun is starting to set.
Anytime you start hitting around 30,
You watch.
we're going to pay him though. There's no doubt.
He deserves. to
He's
be
at
in
the, he's still
Absolutely.
at the top of his game, so
Yes.
you got to pay him.
Absolutely, you got to pay him. He's well deserved. to pay.
Barring if he leaves this season healthy, he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
And you're able to pay him because you got a quarterback on a rookie deal, which
There
enables you
go.
to pay the people.
Talking about those rookie
Hey,
deals,
let's
that's
talk
what
about quarterback room real quick. If y'all just sit down and analyze the quarterback room that we're sitting with right now,
Yeah.
What do you do with them? What happens to Will
You
Levis?
He's
get
out of here.
somebody. You get somebody when they come.
Predictions.
Trade Will Levis goes to the New York Jets.
Okay, he's.
I'm not kidding. I'm
all
not
right.
kidding. I think they're going to give us
He's
a
gonna go
7th round
somewhere.
pick. He's
All right,
going to the
he's
Jets.
gone. So that leaves Hooker, Trubisky, and Ward.
There'll be others.
You'll have Trubisky, and you'll have Ward as 1 and 2, and then you'll have Hooker will be on the practice squad.
I bet they're not even.
Is that
set.
what you're thinking?
100%.
I bet they're
Yeah.
not even set yet.
Huh?
I bet they're not even set yet.
I bet that's the way it ends up.
I bet it is too.
because
It's
somebody
a natural. Trubisky's got that NFL.
somebody's gonna get cut from other teams, and there's always a lot of movement.
Yeah.
After the draft and once, Green Bay went in a couple years ago, early in the season, and they gave up a 7th round pick for Willis, which turned out to be a great. And you're going to see more and more of that.
I think they got Hendon Hooker for one reason, to get the people excited a little bit. I don't think they're thinking he's going to contribute a whole lot, but they might put a jersey out there and sell it to a lot of Tennessee fans. I don't know what.
If he hadn't got hurt, I think he could have had.
I don't know.
I do too. He baffles me why he's not playing more. It really does.
I don't know.
It's got to be something.
Yeah,
something to do there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you can be a great college athlete and not be a good pro athlete.
Yeah,
look at Tim Tebow.
And you can be a not very good college athlete and be an exceptional pro athlete.
Yeah. Where does Simpkins go? Into the first round, somebody trade up, you think, and get him?
Yeah, Simpson.
He's going to the first
Simpson
round.
will be a first round pick somewhere.
But I think someone trades up at the end of the
Oh
round.
yeah, they're going. Somebody's going to trade up for him.
What's tough on this kid? At least the number 1 pick's going to be home with his family.
Yeah.
This poor kid's going there, and I hate it for him because all night long the camera's going to be on.
This could be the
and
moment.
if they don't take him in the first round, you're sitting there and
I know.
it's tough on the kid, man.
I know.
I don't believe I'd be there.
What was the kid from Notre Dame? Brady Quinn, was it?
Oh,
He
yeah.
sat there, and it's like 6th round or whatever, and it's like
Years and years and years ago, and I
They
see
should
it
do it
all the
last
time.
year.
Y'all don't see it because y'all don't keep up with them like I do. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I was
Oh,
fixing to
no.
say it. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron was
They was
sitting
there.
there, sitting there, and he's going.
That's tough on
Right,
That's
yeah,
tough on
yeah,
the kid. It really is.
It is.
But I just don't think this is a really bad quarterback draft.
Well, guys, we need to get out of here. It's getting time to
Hey.
start another show up.
All right.
So next
before
week-
before we leave,
Uh-huh.
we'll be talking about days 1
1 and 2.
and 2.
Yeah.
Next Saturday
1, 2, 3. What you got? Who's won? Everybody going here? Jordan Love. Love's won.
One for Titans.
Yeah, Titans. We're talking about Titans.
Oh, Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, Jeremiah
Right,
Love, no
all right.
doubt.
Okay. We're going to all say Jeremiah Love.
Mhm.
Now, we're not going to say a name for rounds 2 and 3,
Mhm.
but position.
Edge,
Edge.
number 2.
Offensive line guard.
I'll say that for
I say a
3.
lot.
I'm gonna say that
I say
three.
into-
That's 3. Yeah. So we just swapped up.
So
Either way,
you
if we-
think they're going to go
That'll
interior?
be 1, 2, 3.
Interior.
Some order.
Your interior offense and defensive lines on one.
I think there's
on
a
2
better.
and 3
I think there's a better
before
chance
than you do
of
receiver.
these 3 guards I mentioned. One of them slipping to the 3rd round, then there is one of these.
You
top
can get a
rushers,
5th or
edge
6th
rushers.
receiver that hits sometimes. You know,
I think that's
Yeah,
what
and here's
they're
the
doing.
thing:
yeah,
if you
just-
got Love making an impact at running back position
Yeah.
right out of the gate, it frees up the wide receivers
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Just a
Who
little
knows?
bit.
Calvin
Calvin
Ridley
Ridley
might
may end
have
up
a
being
good
good.
year
Yeah.
because of him.
And I'm gonna say this: I'm starting to rub off on you guys because y'all starting to see the value of the interior.
Oh, we've
offensive
always seen
and
it.
defensive
Yeah,
We've
lines.
always seen it. We just don't dream about it.
like I do.
You don't dream about
Hey,
it.
Mickey, hey, there's a chance. There's still a chance that the Titans, after training camp, still bring Ziegler back, or what's his name?
I'm not going to disagree with
But that would help at guard too.
I don't Maybe so.
disagree with
Yeah.
that. I don't disagree.
I think there's still a chance he just didn't want to do training camp. If
Sure.
he comes back, we got the
Yeah.
money, and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
there. But
The
he's
only way I
38.
don't take Love is if we slide back, still get our first, and we get someone's first next year. Now, if we could do that, I would be for that.
Yes,
Because
I'd
next
be
year's
all right with
draft
that
is
too.
so good. If I
But-
could steal
but
another
the draft
first round.
starts at pick 3.
Man,
That's
they
when the
just
trades
they
come.
just need to call us.
I don't
They
know.
just need to call.
No, I don't. I don't want everybody calling me after the draft's over with.
All right,
Going,
yeah,
oh,
you're a
Parker,
bus, yeah.
you
Next week we'll talk about who the biggest bus is going to be in
Yeah.
the draft. We'll have one.
Okay,
Probably. We'll think
absolutely.
about it.
Mark my
All right.
words, though. When all this is said and done, the bad teams will draft poorly, just like always. That's why they're bad teams. And the good organizations will draft really well.
It all starts with the owner.
And also
All
pick,
starts with
pick
the owner.
Mr.
On the front
Irrelevant.
office.
Who's going to be Mr. Irrelevant next week? Too. Who knows?
No way.
All right. Let's get out of here, guys. Thanks for our sponsors again, First Bank here on Madison Street. And also the Pig. Save big at the Pig at Piggly Wiggly. And
Kincaid.
Service.
Company.
we'll see you guys next week.